He is among the hottest and best stories in the NHL, but like anything, this didn't just happen overnight. In fact, the former first-round pick got his first NHL regular season win at the age of 26 and now finds himself the league leader in goals against average and save percentage among keepers who have played 7 or more games in the show. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. Jack Campbell, thanks for doing this.
Thanks for having me, you guys. It's awesome to be here.
We got a round of applause for you, too. Hey, I know it's a crazy story. I know it's a historic run. But anytime I hear your hometown of Port Huron, Michigan, I smile. And I'm bleeping 45. And I'm going to tell you why I smile. I played in the Silver Stick International Tournament as a peewee, I think. First time hearing the anthem before a game, standing on the blue line. And it was in a great old barn, and I remember that barn to this day. I believe it is called the McMorran Memorial Arena. 1, am I right? And 2, do you have the same kind of memories of that barn that make you smile too?
Oh, yeah, that's incredible for you to say that. Brings me back to the childhood. The last memory I have there, I believe Tyler Toffoli scored on me from the goal line, so he still lets me hear about it to this day. So a lot of good memories in Port Huron and McMorran in general. So it's great to remember the roots.
Awesome.
How big is the Tim Micallef statue outside of that building? I need to know.
Oh, it's pretty good size, that's for sure.
I think Jack and I's level might have been different in those tournaments.
Oh, okay.
Just a wee bit.
I got you. So it's obviously taken a while to get here to this incredible moment in your career, but I remember the first time I saw you. It was in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan at the World Juniors. I was cheering for Team Canada. I'm still mad about that, by the way. But I was sitting behind a scout, and you had just made a couple great saves, and I was like, who is this guy? He goes, oh, you don't know Jack Campbell? He's got ice in his veins. And now that we've seen your personality, I think it's closer to gummy bears. But why would a scout say you have ice in your veins?
I'm not sure. It's a nice compliment for sure, but it was tough going in after like the first period, I believe. So, I was ready just to go in and rock and roll. And, Team Canada was really good that year. It was just a great challenge to play. They had Taylor Hall, Petrangelo, my roommate Ryan Ellis. So it was really just a great challenge. And anytime you play Canada, in Canada especially, it's so much fun.
All right, there's a bunch of Leaf fans yelling at us to talk about now because they're really excited, so we will. 10-0 this season. You got guys counting down after games. What's this run been like for you?
It's just been a fun season in general for the team. I mean, we're in first place, but there's a lot of strong teams in our division. So, anytime you are on top of the standings, you got to be doing something right as a team. So we have a lot of work to do. We're still building, but it's definitely been a fun ride so far, and we're just trying to keep getting better.
So obviously, at the end of the game with the count up to 10 and everything with Mitch. Guys knew this record was in your sights. Do you like hearing about that sort of thing when you're in the moment, or are you just the sort of guy like, yeah, that's nice, guys, don't jinx it, get out of my way?
The guys didn't really say too much before, so that's kind of nice because I was trying not to think about it at all. But obviously, it's human nature to want to accomplish something. But I think their effort showed how much they cared, and when Mitchie did that countdown thing, it was pretty cool and special moment for sure. He's a good buddy, and he always does something pretty funny and makes me laugh. So love that guy.
It's been a weird start, I guess, to your Leafs tenure. I mean, you sort of came in mid-season. There's a lot going on. You played very well, and then there's a shutdown for a very long time. And you're accomplishing these amazing things, but there's no fans in the building. Do you have any sense of exactly how beloved you are in the fan base without hearing them cheer in the building?
Well, before I answer that, I will say we just missed the fans in the building. We can't wait to get them back. And, we're lucky to be Leafs because our fans are so amazing. thankfully some family and a little social media. I've seen the fans really support me, and it means a lot to me, and just makes me want to keep getting better and keep winning for them. But I think everybody on the team just loves playing for them and playing for the city. And that's the other thing is there's Leaf fans all across Canada and the U.S. So anywhere we go, I mean, last year getting traded here, it was such an eye opener. Being on the road and having almost a full house of Leaf fans, it was crazy. And, we're excited to go back to those days, hopefully.
Jack Campbell joining Steve Dangle and I here on Tim and Friends. When folks talk about you, there's a real joy in your success. And not only is that rare, I think they're happy for a guy who brings the kind of joy that you bring to the arena every day. Is that something natural? Or is that something you had to work on?
I mean, I get a lot of credit right now in Toronto for my personality, I guess. But I mean, we have guys on the team who do the same thing. So really, it's not just me. It's just the team environment. I have always tried to be this way. Obviously, early on it was tough to truly be happy all the time. But Dusty Emu in LA, I know everybody's kind of talked about that story. He just kind of taught me to enjoy life. And, when I'm enjoying life, I tend to be a pretty happy guy. So I think everybody just likes being around positive people. And thankfully our group, we have so many positive guys, and it's just a treat to come to work every day and, have the common goal of winning.
It's not often that you hear someone say a goaltending coach taught me how to enjoy life. Like that's like a full stop there for a second. Well, I know Dusty means a lot to you. I've read the stories. What's it feel like to kind of now look back to that first meeting with a goaltending coach by chance in White Rock, British Columbia, and now see where you are now?
Yeah, I just remember those days. It was not to talk about those days again because life's pretty good right now. For if you're a Leafs fan, it's great. But I just remember that meeting with them and just I had so much work to do, and it's all for me. I'm always like, what can I do to stop the puck? And he was like, no, we're just gonna have some fun and let the past be the past and enjoy life. And it was tough to do for a while, but now that I've been. For a while, I had to work on it. Now it's just me living, and it's much more enjoyable nowadays.
One of my favorite quotes: "In youth we learn, in age we understand."
I haven't gotten there yet, Tim. I haven't quite gotten there yet. There's been a lot of talk about you beating Felix Potvin's record, obviously, over the last week. But before you even did that, I got a text mid-game, one game, and they're like, "Doesn't he remind you of Felix Potvin?" And I saw it in the way you adjust your glove and blocker, in your posture. Is there a goalie that you grew up watching who you model yourself after at all?
Well, for one, it's an honor to tie Felix or to share that record with them. And now obviously just trying to continue it. But I would say growing up, my inspiration, I guess, was Marty Turco. I played out for a little bit, and I love playing the puck, even though that Ottawa game gave you a bad example of it, but I'll work on it. I've always really liked to handle the puck, and he was amazing at it, and got to know him a little bit when I was at the U.S. program, and really just idolized him, and he's a tremendous guy, and somebody I really looked up to.
Probably tried to get you out of Michigan a little bit too, but we won't talk about that. Let me ask, one of the things I love watching is the tapping of the pads and the tapping of the stick, and your teammates just seem to be a big part of your rituals, as Steve mentioned. Where did that start, and where did it come from?
I mean, I played a little bit of quarterback growing up, so in football, you're always high-fiving and getting the boys riled up, and I mean, it gets a lot of attention here, but I mean, it's really just kind of engaging with your teammates, and at the same time, you're giving them positive reinforcement. They're doing a good job, but then keeps your mind in the moment. So, anytime you're just talking with the boys on the ice or letting them know if they got time or just telling them good job, it really keeps you engaged. So it's really just beneficial for everybody to, to be positive to one another.
It's such an expected thing now. Do you ever just not tap the guys to just screw with them?
I don't even think about it. It's just like, it's almost like I got the puck and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, good job, Holler. It's just like, same with them though. Like in practice, if, they come down on 2-on-1, I make the save and Muzz takes the guy back door. He's always like, good job, Soup. Or like if you look at guys going to the face-off, typically they'll tap the goalie on the pads. They probably don't even know they do it. But it's just like kind of getting each other going a little bit. So
part of the routine.
Cool thing.
Yeah, part of the routine now. Hey, despite my spry good looks and my youngish demeanor, I've been doing this for about 25 years now. And whenever I talk to former athletes, I always notice how they talk about what they miss most, and it's always the room. It's always the bond. It's always the chemistry formed in the room, and how that can sometimes change kind of the outcome of what a team is. And it seems like you guys have gotten to a real good point in that room. And as you're talking about tapping each other's pads and muzzing and all the guys, is it starting to feel, and you've been around some good teams, is it starting to feel like this one could be special?
I mean, I haven't been there to win and things like that, so I won't speak too freely on this because I haven't been there. But just in my own eyes, I love where our team's at as far as our chemistry. We have a lot of fun, but we have that switch for when it's game time, you can count on the guy to, the guy next to you to bring his A game. And it's just kind of a nice balance where we have guys in the room who are serious, some guys who keep it light, but regardless, we all count on each other. And I just think, we're winning right now, and there's no reason why we can't keep it going.
Hey, listen, this has been fun for us. Tap of the pads to you, and appreciate you taking some time with us.
Thank you guys for having me. I appreciate it.